Okay, so I was saying how I just lost my job. I'm taking you back to where this process of journey began, so you can experience it with me. And then I was like, I finally have time to just think, listen, breathe, go out and experience nature, live in the right now. Look at all the things that are holding me back. Look at all the things that are blocking me. Look at all the things that make me feel bad. So I'm going to read this letter that I wrote to as my younger self. Some of the writing, because I like to write when I'm feeling things. I like to write it down. It gives me therapy personally. So I do encourage anyone who's going to want to go on this experience to have a little journal or a notebook to write things down on. When you feel like you just need to release some things and get them out to yourself, I've never been good at sharing myself with the world. I've never been good at living in my own light. I've been good at shining light on others and helping others shine their light. And this is why. Hey God, I am speaking from my inner child. I realize I am different. I was taught to blend in. I followed the rules and always listened. I observed the behavior while remaining quiet. I knew my thoughts were different at school, at church, at family events. My biggest fear was getting made fun of. It really was. I was like, I do not want to be pointed out. I do not want to be made fun of. I do not want to be picked on. I do not want to be bullied. My emotions were fragile. I was really sensitive. I didn't show people I was crying, but I was crying on the inside because I didn't want to show weakness. I learned early having emotions put me in the corner. Getting upset about things, having emotions, go to the corner. Time out. You don't have the right to feel that. I learned to keep them secret. Tuck them way deep down. To redeem myself, I told myself, I'll just make sure to help others. Like, F myself. I don't really need myself. What I do need is other people to like me, and I do need other people in my life to feel complete because I'm not a good person, and I don't really like myself, and obviously, I'm gay, no one accepts that, and obviously I like boys, no one accepts that. Obviously, I can't be in a locker room and feel comfortable with other boys who are naked, because my sexuality has been disgraced. Everyone's sexuality had been, shamed upon, that you can have sexual feelings about anyone, really. That people have sex is not a secret. You're disgusting if you have a lot of sex with different people. So, to redeem myself, I'll make sure to help others. I want to make them feel good. I want to make them feel empowered. And so I did. I said to redeem myself, I'll make sure to help others. People who are mean, I'll avoid and stay away from. I don't need to be around people like that anyways. It's fine. You don't like me, I don't like you. Stay moving, stay busy. I won't get picked on. So there, instill the value of work, money, work, money. That's the only thing that will keep me sane, because I will have money and power to do things, and the only thing that will give me money is working, not caring about my own feelings, not caring about how I feel a day to day, in and out, doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm doing the right thing because I'm paying my bills and I'm working. Stay silent, fit in. I'm a good person. Work hard, earn money to survive. I will show my worth with stuff and dollar signs. I've reached that point and feel empty inside. I thought I could feel good and whole after finding people I could help and provide. All that I did All that did for me was take things I worked hard for. I hid in my room, afraid to make connections. I did not comprehend. And then I learned the truth about the big lie. I am the only one who controls my choices, why I do any of the things I've done. Yes, to make it through, survive. I'm here and I have strong feelings. No one taught me about my soul and my physical body. And that when my emotions are triggered, I can ask myself. And God can guide me. My spirit team can guide me. My ancestors can guide me. My DNA can guide me if I simply stop to listen. The churches were made into theaters. Way back when churches were created, whatever religion you are in, a lot of them were created to make us think about worshiping something. Worshiping others. Worshiping God. Worshiping things out of our control. But not worshiping ourselves. No, that's selfish. You're a selfish person if you care about yourself. What? The churches were not having leaders that led it all. They're putting on a show. They only want to make the rich get richer, and the poor people stay poor, stay stupid, stay ignorant, do what we want you to do, because you are our slaves. You're the people who get things done for us, the rich and the wealthy. So the rich and the wealthy can maintain their power, and they can continue to fuck us over. I will not make the same mistake as I did as a child. We are all different and learning different lessons. Uniqueness makes the whole world have the color and detail. As leaders, God and I am God, and so are you. The self is the only I or you. We need to understand that. I understand that now. I didn't then. That myself is the only thing that affects everything that happens to me. Every choice I make, it is affecting myself and the way I view myself. And it's portraying out to others how I view myself. And it's portraying out to others what they can do to me to get what they want. Because there are some people who do not care about others, who simply want to be worshipped by others, who lie, manipulate, betray, in order to obtain a success in their own vision. They constantly keep this upheaval in all the relationships to ensure that they are still in control, still in power. God has been with every one of us. And I'm not a spiritual person. I was never a spiritual person previously. I did not go to church. I went to church a little bit, not a lot of it. It was more to connect with my classmates or the people in the group. In fact, I didn't even want to go on whatever trip we made this spud bar one time, for potatoes, and we had this extravagant toppings listing, and everyone brought stuff. But I wasn't there to earn money for the trip. I was there to experience people, experience my classmates. I would say every person in my class taught me something. I had 23 people in my class. And most of you are like, what? 23 people? Would you go to a private school? I'm like, no. It was a town in the middle of Kansas. I'm a farm boy. What? Yeah. You? So through all of our lifetimes, God's been with us, and He's been seeing the lessons we've learned and providing new ones. New thoughts come to us that come from places we think we're thinking of the thought. No, that's not what's happening. Especially if you're listening. The energy around us that consists of our ancestors, our spiritual beings, our angels, our God, is everywhere, all the time, right now. Just waiting for us to ask them for help, waiting for us to ask them for thoughts that would increase the amount of love we have in the world. So God erases everything when we start over, but leaves intuition and passion and lessons in love we learned. All I and you have to do is sit in the dark, relaxing silence, alone, and just be. Our surrounding and inner thoughts, our passions will lead us through those lessons and ourselves with those we forgive and grow and love and be with one another and help each other grow and love each other. Like, why don't we all love each other? I've always been baffled like that. Like, I and you don't want to be judged, but we judge each other. What? How does that make sense? Like, I want you to love me and like me, and so I would do things for you, and I would worship the ground you walk on, and I would provide everything I could, and every time you needed something, I would be there for you, and you use that. You said thank you. Thank you. Thank you, buried guy. Now do more for me. What? You won't do it for me? Well, I'm going to throw a fit. I'm going to say that you never loved me. I'm going to say that you're selfish. I'm going to say that you only care about yourself and your cock. I'm going to say you have no friends. I'm going to say that you are a faggot. I'm going to say that you're a girl. I'm going to say that you're a weak man. I'm going to say that you are just somebody's daughter. I'm going to say that your nose is crooked. I'm going to say your hair looks awful. I'm going to say your muscles are nothing compared to mine. I'm going to say you don't work out or care about yourself because you are ugly. I'm going to say that you have grays, so you're old and you're gross. I'm going to say that you're a gay over 25, and therefore I don't want to have anything to do with you because you're dead already. I'm going to say you care about no one. I'm going to say you don't like animals. I'm going to say that you're selfish. I'm going to say all the things I've learned about you that you dislike about yourself, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to use them to manipulate your emotions, make you feel the way I want you to feel. And then when you feel the lowest you've ever felt, I'm going to just come in and I'm going to get what I want from you. And if I don't get it from you, I'm going to leave you in the dust and you're going to be all alone. There'll be no one to care for you. And in fact, I'm going to go to all your friends, all your family even, and try to convince them. Actually, I will convince them that you are the devil, that you are a drug addict, that you don't do anything good for yourself. Excuse me, motherfucker, I paid for your bills, your living, everything for you for 19 fucking years. 19 fucking years. I paid for everything for you while I worked my ass off. And then you want to come at me that I don't love you? That I didn't provide for you? That I didn't give you the connection or time you needed? That I didn't spend quality time with you? Well, I'll tell you what. The reason I didn't spend quality time with you is because I didn't like the person you were. You were mean, and I told you that. You were uncaring, and I told you that. You did not listen to me, and I told you that. You ignored my real thoughts and feelings, and I told you that. I said, wait, why are you mad at me? I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. I'm not saying any of it is your fault. I'm saying this is how I feel. Emotions and feelings are there as energy, as your compass, your personal compass, to tell you what you need. Like, schools didn't teach us anything about this stuff. They said, work hard on a career, what you want to do, and learn about it, and go to a college, and they'll teach you from a book, what you need to know about that. Well, you know what? I'm done hearing what people keep saying, and I want to experience it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find the truth in all the confusion. I'm going to find the signal through the noise. I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to show the world that it is not right. It is not right for anyone to tell you how you feel. It is not right for anyone to tell anyone else how they feel. You should never tell someone about something, a way you feel, unless they ask. The only reason you should say anything to someone about them is if they ask. Whether it's beneficial or not beneficial to them. Whatever it is. Unless they ask, they're not ready to hear it. And my goal is to get people ready to hear it. You need to hear it. You're done working the 9 to 5. You're done working the 8 to 5. You're done working your ass off to live. You are not a slave. You are a person with a brain and a creativity of magical capacity. You have energy that has been used against you, that you have not awakened to, that you ignore because you're so focused on this other crap in this theatrical world. All this noise going on. Most likely lies. A lot of lies. And there is a video I would love for each of you to watch, and it's called Ethos, A Time for Change. Ethos, A Time for Change. It's on YouTube. As I was learning about, coming to learn about and be passionate about what I wanted to be passionate about. And so I was like, how can I change the world? The world is an awful place. An awful place. I do not want to be here. It's not supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to love my life. I'm supposed to feel fulfilled by my life. And I feel empty and alone and cold. I have a loving family and they love me and I love them. But I still feel empty and cold and alone. But you know what? Until you love yourself and love to be alone and love the power you have, you're going to feel that empty, alone feeling no matter who's around you. You could be loved by every person in the world, but if you do not love yourself, you can't love anyone else. You can't show love unless you love every part of yourself. And that's what they mean by the reflection in the mirror. If you're insulting someone or speaking badly about someone or saying any kind of negative thought that comes to your mind, that is the devil. That is a bad influence. And you're spreading that like a disease through the entire collective. You're literally making people stupid for your benefit. Because you don't feel good, you want to make other people feel bad. But you know what? That's how you know you love yourself. You're not afraid of that. You're not afraid of people to put you down. You're not afraid of people to judge you. You're not afraid of people who will say you're a druggie. You're not afraid of people who will say you don't know what you're talking about. You're not afraid of people who say, oh yeah, boohoo, you're on a spiritual journey. Yeah, wake up. Get into the real world. How about you get in the real world? You get in the real world about how you treat people? And I ask you, do you love yourself? And a lot of people say yes. Oh, really? Do you drink a lot of alcohol? Do you call that loving your physical body? Giving it poison to make your mind feel better just for a temporary moment of time? You're going to poison yourself, make yourself feel shitty, and then you're going to come back and say, ooh, yeah, that was so much fun. Oh my God. No, you're going to say, I feel like shit now because I am now experiencing a hangover. And what did I do or say last night? Yeah, you're influenced by other thoughts. When you are drinking a spirit, you're being influenced by other thoughts. And unless you love and believe in yourself, you let them take over. Because you cannot deny it. Because spirits, alcohol, liquor, beer, anything that intoxicates your mind from thinking clearly is going to give you bad thoughts. It's going to make you be in your emotions. It's going to heighten everything you hate about yourself and project it like vomit on everyone. And if what I'm saying is triggering you at all, making you feel sad or bad, making you rethink things, good. That is my only goal, is to make you, help you, assist you to see things differently, to embrace loving yourself and every quality that you have, that you've hidden because you thought it was not going to be seen good, that you've hidden because you didn't think it was worth anything, that you hid because you saw the way other people responded to it and you didn't want to be labeled like that. And I want you to internalize that. I want you to internalize every feeling, emotion, trigger, pain, happiness. Every trigger you have, every strong emotion you have, I want you, when you feel that, to stop everything. Your mouth, shut it. Your mind, let that process, whatever emotion that is, whatever trigger that is, feel it. There's a reason your body's telling you that you are struggling. Instead of recognizing that emotion and trigger as something you need to work on in yourself, people project it and make it other people's problem. It is not anyone else's problem. It is not the responsibility of somebody who is a part of your life to make you feel good. It's not their responsibility. It's not their responsibility to make you feel good. You know what is your responsibility? That you are happy, you are being your true self, you are hands down letting yourself be free and live in yourself, enliven yourself, be your inner child, be who you always were and were afraid to be. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be who I always have been. But instead of serving everyone else, I'm gonna serve me. I'm gonna pour into my own cup. I'm gonna take all of what people don't like about me, and I'm gonna say, hey, look at yourself. I need no judgment. I know who I am judged by, and it is not you. I am judged by the Almighty. My ancestors, my spirit guides, the angels, God, I am judged by them. But even that is not a judgment. It's not. In spirituality, there is no right or wrong. There's only action. Thought and action. Thought and action. It doesn't care if it's a good thought or action or a bad thought or action. It's just an experience that you are meant to have. And it's up to you to realize that the experience you have is to teach you something. The pain you have is to teach you something. All the feelings and emotions and thoughts you have are to teach you something. And if you can just really focus in on making yourself loved by yourself, like eating healthy, going out into nature, taking time to connect with yourself, to really look at yourself and like, wow, where did I get that value from? That faggots are faggots and men who like men are disgusting. Where did I get that thought from? That's not my thought. Somebody else said that, and then I took it as truth, and it is not a truth. Everything you hear, you need to think about that and say, hey, have I experienced that enough to say that as a truth? Or did I just hear that and accept it as a truth? Because your unconscious is going to be recording everything you think is right. And if you allow somebody else to put a thought in your head and you think about it and then you come to think of it as a truth for you, then it will be. Then it becomes a truth for you in your unconscious. Even if your conscious mind, it's like not thinking it, it's like, oh, it's a joke or oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Your unconscious does not know the difference between a joke and the real thing. Your unconscious mind does not know the difference between thinking something over and over again. It thinks it's true. If it's thought over and over again, it thinks it's true. That's what it does. And people, bullies, mean people who lock you down, people who make you feel trapped, they're bullying you. They're making you think some way about yourself that's untrue, and it makes you feel like it is true. And then if you don't fight that feeling with your thoughts and your intentions and your being, you're accepting it, and your unconscious accepts it, and it uses it as your accepted self. And then you wonder what happened to yourself. Where did your self go? Where did your love go? Where did your zest for life go? Who are you? What are you doing here? What have you been doing? That is what I want you to think about. Loving yourself means that you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, you take care of your spirit. You encompass all that you are, all that you want to be within yourself. And you do not need anyone else or anything or any one person to tell you anything about yourself, because you already know everything about yourself. Therefore, no one can hurt you. And that is exactly what psychic attack. Whenever you hear about hypnotism, psychic attacks, spells, we think of all that stuff as mystical things, but it's the right now. Everything that is happening right now is in fact energy being exchanged. Every word that is coming out of my mouth is in fact telling you, bringing up something in your mind, a thought. And that thought is that you are loved. I love you. I love you. I love myself. And I love you. I don't care what you've done in the past. I don't care. You are the person who is here now. So are you spreading love and compassion and truth with everyone? Or are you stuck and living the same pattern over and 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 over again? If there's a pattern, there's something that's keeping you stuck. If you feel like you're in the pattern of going through day to day over and over again in a pattern and nothing's changing and you're not growing, it's because you're doing it to yourself, because you're not realizing that there's something about yourself that you don't love. You're letting other people tell you what love is about yourself. And I'm telling you, that's not the way it is. That's not the way it goes. Each of us has our own power. Each of us has the power to boundary, to separate our thoughts from others' thoughts. Don't accept things people say. That's exactly what spells are. They put a thought in your mind and make you think about it, make you think it's true. Hypnotism, same thing. They put a thought in your head and relate it to something that you felt, and then they repeat it to make you think it's true. That's what the theatrics and all the shenanigans are about in the world, is putting a thought in your head and making you think it is truth. I'm telling you, the truth is only in you. It is only you who knows the truth. Only you can make yourself feel good. Only you. Do not look anywhere else but here, but here, but here. You have to examine your triggers, your emotions, your griefs. What really brings up a feeling in you that's just, ugh. Because that feeling is a problem. It's good to feel it, but it's something to look at. Be like, why do I feel that feeling when I think about that? Why? Did I instill that value in myself, or did somebody else place that there and I just accepted it as a truth? Okay. So that was the letter I've shared to myself. And just to kind of wrap this up for this session, remember who you are by remembering how you feel, by remembering why you feel that way. And that each of us is, in fact, our other selves going through a journey. That some of us have learned more and learned less, but I want us all to know. Love yourself first. Love yourself by giving your body nutrients and nourishment and believing in all the spiritual gods and ancestors and deities and angels around you, because they are always putting thoughts in your head to help you. But if you're drinking or if you're doing a drug that is taking your mind off of that which comes to you, then you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck in that pattern, and you will remain in a pattern until you make the change. My relationship that I was in for 19 years, he's real good at making me feel like I should not love myself. Making me think that I'm a slutty whore who just thinks with my cock and doesn't like anyone and doesn't treat anyone good. That is the exact opposite of what I am. I like to feel good. Sex makes me feel good. I feel empowered by it. I feel connected when I do it. There's nothing wrong with sex. Now, of course, you can take anything to an extreme and go one way or the other, like too much or too less. That's why balance is important. Clarity, balance, peace. These are the things that ourselves require. So if you're not giving yourself clarity, balance, peace, protecting yourself, then make changes to do that, and you will see magic happen. It will not be easy. I can't tell you how much I've cried in the last year. And sometimes out of nowhere. Just the feeling of like, I feel a horrendous amount of pain as I'm letting these things go. These things that are not serving my highest good. are making me feel so defeated. Why do I feel like this when I'm letting bad things go, but I feel defeated? It's because you're learning that pain. Feel it. Feel that pain. Feel it, because you cannot let it go and release it and learn from it until you feel it. And then once you feel it, feel the pain. Then do what makes you feel good. Do the things that make you feel good. Going out in nature, going for a bike ride, going for a jog, dancing, singing, laughing. Spending time with friends can be fun too, but make sure that you first love yourself and are offering positive words. Because God made us all perfect. We are all perfect. The only thing that is making us not perfect is the belief in that there is duality and that there are bad things and that people are out to get us. But that's not how it is. Love yourself and find out how to love others. My ex-partner liked to drink. And at first I thought it was no big deal. But then I started to notice the trend when I was finally not working my ass off trying to support us all. I noticed that, you are pretty nice, at least nice enough, when you're not drinking. But the moment that liquor hits you, you become someone else. And that someone else seeks to defeat me, seeks to put me down, seeks to do things to me and then tell other people the opposite of what really happened. I offered love, unconditional love. Sure, I got upset. I had not yet learned to control my emotions or why I was feeling them. But he knew he could do it. Because when he drank, he literally seemed to become the devil. Taunting me, telling me I'm worthless, telling me I mean nothing to anyone, telling me I'm all alone, telling me I have no friends because I don't care about anyone, telling me that I am beneath everything, telling me my spiritual journey's just another way for me to try to make myself feel better. And I'm like, it's too bad that doesn't work anymore. Because I hear about what I think and what I know and what I believe in. And what I think and I know and I believe in is that you do not love yourself. That you have not taken the time to feel your triggers and emotions. You have not taken the time to be. Step back from the chaos. Center yourself, align yourself, and find, how am I enriching myself to make myself happy? If I'm alone and no one else is there, do I feel empowered to do something and create something on my own being? Or do I feel neglected, left out to dry? Like I am bad and that's why no one's around. The energy you carry with you is the energy you shoot out and bring in. The energy you carry with you is the energy you shoot out, project, and then bring back in. So it's a pattern. So that energy that you are not settled with yet is going to keep coming back in your life again and again and again. And that's something you need to realize about love and life and people. Is if someone offends you or makes you feel a feeling, any feeling really, of emotion, strong emotion, or any emotion really, It's there for a reason. They're making you feel like that for a reason. Even just presence of energy. If you pay attention, you can feel when you're by someone. And the more you love yourself, the more you're going to come to know the truth about what I'm saying. And that's why I'm trying to do these videos so that you guys can experience this with me. I'm trying to catch you up on the things I've done so far. And then we're going to start doing some other things like tarot and like talking about different topics of the world. But right now, I really want you to focus on you. I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you to ask yourself what you feel and what you think you should do and what you think is holding you back and what you think will make you feel good. Because the options are unlimited and you are the only one to make the change. I send to everyone love and light. I love everyone and I'm serious. Even my deepest enemies I love, as I would consider enemies of the past. Everyone's always changing. They might be the same, they might be different, but you know who's going to change them the most is when you love yourself and you come into contact with them, you're instantly going to love, you're going to higher their vibration just by loving yourself. Because you're being your authentic, true self and loving every part of you. When you come around them, you're either going to trigger them and make them upset, which you can view as, okay, they are still learning to love themselves. But don't tell them how to feel and do not tell them anything about themselves unless they ask. That's my rule. I hope this helps people, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm just beginning, and I've just started. And I thank you all, whomever watches this and finds this, and I hope it helps you and others love, because that's really what life is.